Okay, great. Lovely. Thanks a lot, Vishal, for joining in. I really appreciate your time. So I'll just like before we quickly jump into the questions that we would love to ask you and get your thoughts on.
Hmm.
Just quickly, I'll give you a background of what like the entire initiative is about. So
Sure.
we project in like initiative by Project Mumbai and FitKit,
Hmm.
the IKEM, the emotional well-being series. So
Hmm.
it's basically trying to decode the impact of the pandemic
Hmm.
towards different stakeholders, right? Like right
Hmm.
from the frontline workers, like
Hmm.
primarily in Mumbai. And this is the sixth webinar that we are hosting along with you. So it takes a great pleasure for us as well to have you here. So just for the audience as well, just I'll give you a quick introduction, like before you can also share your journey with us. So Vishal took to his passion for like for cricket in a way that wasn't through competing for the men in blue, like he rightly said just now that he isn't following the match that is ongoing, but by launching his own venture. He's the founder of Female Cricket, a platform to drive the women's game. So while the men's cricket has like been popular for like across quite some time right now, female cricket has also seen some rapid increase in some recent years. And Vishal Yadav, right, like we proudly say, he's a proud contributor to the same. And having had an like exclusive opportunity to pursue his interest in the game and in business as well. Thank you so much for joining in. I would love to hear from you about like what the initiative is and how you started off. And like, yeah, please go ahead.
Firstly, Kanai, thank you so much for having me, and that was a lovely introduction, man. Uh, I know it takes a while to sort of put down your thoughts into words because I'm always on the other side interviewing a lot of these cricketers, and I know that it takes time, it takes energy to sort of put down those thoughts into words. So thank you
Right.
once again. What I'll be doing is again sharing my journey with female cricket. What all have we done so far? How has women's cricket sort of picked up in the last 2 to 3 years?
Mm-hmm.
Again, women's cricket has been there since a very long time, probably 3 4 decades now. But I unfortunately started following it only after 2015 2016 is when my interest sort of peaked with regards to women's cricket. Prior to that, I was again a proud Indian cricket team follower, the men's cricket team. 2011 World Cup was something which changed my whole perspective towards the sport.
Mm-hmm.
I think everyone, right, in India specifically, because that was the World Cup which we actually saw it on TV.
Mm-hmm.
We saw all the emotions that ran through.
Yeah.
These cricketers became household names. MS Dhoni out of nowhere uh, gave us the World Cup after 28 long years. So there were like so many inspiring stories which stayed with us for so long. And I
Right.
think that was the time when, again, I started watching since 2003 World Cup, 2003 Cricket World Cup, but 2011 was when I actually saw it very differently. It was more like a community sport for me than just being a team sport, I would say.
Right.
And 2015 2016 is when I was doing a lot of these research, interacting with a lot of cricketers, and that was the time when I had this opportunity to interview a couple of cricketers from Kuwait, Oman,
Nice.
Middle East countries specifically, and
Mm.
a lot of these cricketers were females.
Okay.
You would be surprised to know that even Germany, Argentina, Brazil, they have got a very solid, very robust women's cricket setup. But
Mm-hmm.
then because it is hugely popular for its soccer, for football,
Mm-hmm.
nobody, and especially the media, we do not tend to give the cricket the recognition that it deserves. So I was interacting with these cricketers, and that was the time when it dawned on me that what are we doing about women's cricket? Forget about other countries. We as an Indian, I
Mm-hmm.
hardly knew who are the 11 who are the top 11 cricketers from India.
Yeah.
Bearing few names, Mithali Raj, Jhulan Goswami, because again
Yeah.
they made it to the news quite often. That was the only reason why I knew their names. I heard their names, but I had never actually saw them play. Also, the matches were not televised. There was
Mm.
hardly any coverage on TV, so that was another reason why the interest levels were so down. So that was the starting point, I would say. Again, long story, a lot had happened between that period, but to cut it short, that was one point where I realized, okay, I need to do something around it. And also I was not enjoying my corporate journey, my corporate life. So I thought, okay, let's start up, let's do something around women's cricket.
No, I think great, because like you rightly said, like the hero building aspect is very important, right? In any sport. Like we had probably Sachin in men's cricket. Like Mithali was someone that we always looked up to, but the others were again in the shadow, like because they were like not recognized and the stories weren't really out for the audience to know, right? Which I think you are doing some great work, because I am aware that you are like sharing these stories, acknowledging these hard work that these female cricketers also putting in, right? So like kudos to you and the female cricket for that, very honestly. But great, I think just to coming to the second aspect of it, right? So how like the like we said, like you rightly said, the women's cricket is still not celebrated as much as the men's cricket. So how much this impact the choice of girls who want to make a career on this sport?
Well, again, interesting question. Thankfully, things have changed a lot now. Back in 2016, 2017, when we started, building female cricket and started interacting with a lot of these cricketers, the names were unknown. Nobody knew what the journey of Vanita VR is. Again, she has played for India. She plays for Karnataka now. There are so many names, right? I can comfortably give you 100 names that I know of. But back in 2016, even I was, like I said, I did not know who the playing 11 is for the Indian women's cricket team. So definitely because of lack of awareness, because of lack of coverage, I think we believe what we see, right? We, as a child, when we were growing up, we saw Sachin Tendulkar playing, we saw Virat Kohli and then MS Dhoni playing, and we always wanted to be like them. We sort of admired them. We liked their ethics. In case of women's cricket, we never actually had a role model, or we never actually got to see someone. And now again, we definitely have Mithali and Jhulan Goswami, but like I said, never actually got
Hero,
to
yeah.
watch them play.
Correct, right.
Nobody was aware whether when exactly are the matches happening, which stadium is it happening, and even if these matches were happening, there was hardly any crowd attention. The sport, women's cricket, wasn't promoted in a way that it should have. I think that was another reason why you never actually saw people gathering around the stadium and cheering for a women in blue. But things have drastically changed now. The turning point was the 2017 Women's World Cup, where India reached the finals. They were playing against England, although they lost by 9 runs, but that did, bring a massive revolution. Uh, that was the first time all the matches were televised. At our leisure, we actually could see our women in blue making the country proud. And after that, there were a lot of media interactions happening, a lot of Twitter interactions happening, and I think that gave a lot of eyeballs to this entire event, not just on the women in blue, but overall this tournament actually garnered a lot of attention on social media.
Right.
So since then, we have seen a very positive trend. Now we receive a lot of calls from these girls and from their parents that we want to put our daughters to cricket. Tell us what is the pathway, or what is the right age to start cricket today. Back in 2016, we had to sort of struggle as to what content do we put today, who do we interview next, what do we write on our website, because we started with the website and a couple of social media handles, but we did not know what to put now. And now I think we have ample of content, we have ample of information, we know who are the players, we know what's coming next, which tournaments are lined up, we know whom to interview and how to interview. I think with social and with digital boom, things have become a lot more easier, I would say. And to answer your question, now things have changed positively, I would say. Now the girls, they themselves realize that this can be a viable profession, and that is the reason why parents have started pushing their daughters for cricket today.
Right. So I think since you mentioned about the training, and you, if I'm correct, you are currently training at the Shivaji Park Gymkhana, right, in Mumbai?
Right.
And how many girls are there in total as of now that are training in the academy so far?
Right,
Like,
right. So we resumed our practice sessions from 4th of January onwards.
okay.
Last month, in fact, we were closed for around 9 months because of COVID. So now at the moment we have got 20 girls training at the center,
Mm-hmm.
and again that's a good number considering that we were shut for almost 8 9 months,
8 9 months. Yeah, right.
and now resuming our practice sessions all of a sudden. Also, the parents are a bit apprehensive now because
Right.
of the whole security concerns.
Right.
And COVID again has the numbers have gone down definitely, but it is still not over, right? We
Yeah.
still see the numbers, we still see the cases going on. So
Right.
that is another reason why parents are a bit reluctant, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
We you know Had it been the normal case scenario, we would have got at least 40 plus girls coming and training at the center, but I think the 20 is still a good number in
Oh,
just a month.
definitely. Yeah, more in terms of, I like you mentioned about the enrollment, right? But in terms of the motivation of not just the players but of the coaches as well,
Uh,
because like no matter how much we are like tech, like leveraging tech these days, like a few things can't be really, they have to be done on ground to really like make an impact, right? So the motivation of these girls also, and like not just the girls but in terms of a sports person as well, right? Wherein like this pandemic has, like for example, like we spoke the other day, like the Kanga leagues and the cricket tournaments that are happening, like they have also taken a halt currently because of the COVID-19, and like most
right,
of the cricketers are dependent on these leagues. So
right.
how like do you see the motivation and the like the encouragement, like the kind of the resilience of these cricketers and these sportsmen like taking a toll because of the pandemic?
So definitely the pandemic has done harm to everyone, not just the sports persons. Sports persons in general were impacted a lot because there was no outdoor activity happening. You must have seen and must have heard, like there were ample of cases that came around in the last 8 9 months from players speaking up about their mental concerns, people talking about their mental issues,
Right.
mental health issues. So again, see, the sports persons in general are so used to going out and being social and being out in the public, playing, performing, being criticized by so many people, and
Yeah.
suddenly everything just stopped for these cricketers.
Right.
Now I think the motivation is that cricket is shaping up. Cricket is resuming back. In India, we started from today onwards, but the
Mm-hmm.
Indian cricket team, they have played a couple of series, the one including Australia.
Right.
Uh, so definitely there's so much to look forward to now that we all have seen how health is such an important aspect for each one of us, not just the sports persons. I'm sure more and more parents would now push their daughters or in fact their sons to take up any sport, not just cricket but any sport, but only to keep up with the health aspects of the society, because COVID definitely taught us so many things. And one such thing was that you have to be healthy, you have to be, uh, you know, at your best all the time if you want to fight anything.
Right.
And I'm sure this would definitely encourage more and more people to take up any physical activity possible uh, in that sense, if I would say.
So true. I think, like you said, right? Because like we again at like this initiative also speaking about both not just the physical aspect, but about the emotional and the mental well-being as well, right? Of these sports persons, of these athletes.
Yeah.
So since your organization like primarily like directly focuses on the physical health and of these female cricketers, but what do you think? Just for like we are curious to know about how what is done exactly to address the mental and emotional well-being of these cricketers.
Right. Again, it's a very important question, Kanai. Uh, Again, honestly, see, like I said, we have just resumed our practice sessions, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And we want to gradually take things forward. So this is something, this aspect is something that we definitely want to touch upon. To be very honest, we haven't sort of gone into depth with this particular topic because as of now the focus is purely on the physical aspects,
Mm-hmm.
because
Right.
like I said, the girls, they definitely they did not do anything for last 8 9 months,
Right.
so they want to pick their bat, the bowlers want to go and throw the balls. So as
Mm-hmm.
of now, it's been a month since we started. So the current focus is purely on the physical aspect. But
Mm-hmm.
going forward, next month onwards, we definitely want to inculcate the mental aspect learning with these girls.
Right.
Uh, I think there's someone from Mumbai, in fact, has approached us to sort of conduct some online sessions.
Oh,
Again, these
nice.
are going to be one-on-one sessions where they'll be
Mm-hmm.
talking to these girls and trying to understand, more about themselves and more about their game. And I think basis on that, they'll sort of prepare a report and send it to their parents. That these are the areas which needs some rectifications or some address.
Right.
So that is something we definitely want to take up. We have already seen how mental health has sort of impacted cricketing careers.
Yeah.
To name a few, very recently, Sarah Taylor. I'm not sure if you know, but the England wicket keeper.
Mm-hmm.
Apart from that, several men cricketers came out in public, especially during the lockdowns, and talked about their mental health.
Mm-hmm.
Glenn Maxwell, there is Manus Trinskotic. Virat Kohli and Robin Uthappa has been actively advocating about the mental aspects of cricket.
Oh,
So definitely, it's one of the most crucial aspects in today's day and age, considering the amount of cricket we play. And because everything is digital now, you are exposed to your fans directly, your
mm.
well wishers directly, and also your critics directly, right? So this is something which has become very important in today's day and age, and we definitely want to inculcate this at some point or the other in our female cricket academy.
So just for just like one question that I just came up to my mind. So in these cricketing teams, right, be it men's or the women's, so
Right.
is there like a mental health expert who takes care of the cricketers at regular intervals? Like we have a physio, right, to take care of the physical aspects. But in terms of the mental well-being, like you rightly said about the fans and the other like different
Hmm.
aspects in terms
Hmm.
of the social media, like
Right.
that's also taking a huge toll on these sports people, right?
Right.
How, like, is there any specific person who is allotted at maybe not just at the Indian team, but maybe at the lower, at the grassroots as well, maybe at the Kangas and the Ranji trophies as well?
Again, at the grassroots level, at the Kanga level, I don't see, we do have we have a mental conditioning or a psychologist in the side.
Okay.
As far as the men's team is concerned, I have definitely heard of mental and strength conditioning coaches. But in for the women's cricket team, there is definitely an ask. We do not
Okay.
have any psychologist with the side today.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is one point which a lot of the ex-cricketers which I spoke to throughout the lockdown for
Mm-hmm.
the series which we were doing. Uh, so there's an interesting fact that in the last 3 years, Team
Mm-hmm.
India, the women's cricket team, has reached the finals twice.
Okay.
And they have lost badly in the finals. Now,
Right.
what happens is now these girls are not exposed, and these girls are not used to playing in front of the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
In 2017 World Cup, where we saw 25,000 people at the Lord Stadium, now
Mm-hmm.
these girls, they never actually saw those many people
Right.
at the stadium and cheering for you. So that definitely impacted their performance.
Mm-hmm.
Very similar thing happened last year in 2020, where the girls were playing the finals in the T20 World Cup in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
And at Melbourne, there were 84,000 plus people.
Okay.
84,000. Now that is something which is the
Yeah.
girls are not used to. Okay,
Used to, right.
the girls are not used to, and that definitely creates a lot of. So again, you take a lot of mental burden on yourself that there are so many people watching me now. I have to perform in a certain way, and in case if I don't perform back home when I go back, there would be like so many people trolling me.
Yes. Yeah.
Social media definitely is a platform where you get both kinds of people, right?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
have people who love you, you have people who hate you. So there are like so many things uh, that sort of troubles your mind.
Mm-hmm.
So to answer your question, for the women in blue, that is an ask. We do not have any psychologist.
Okay.
But for the men's cricket team, we do have. But again, it's on and off. Prior to the series,
Mm-hmm.
the 15 or 20 days prior to the series is when this particular professional is called. And after the series is done, the person is released from his position.
Okay.
I was reading this interesting article where Rahul Dravid sir has, very precisely mentioned that there is a demand of a full-time position for a professional like this.
Oh, is
Uh,
it? Okay. In the
yes,
men's
yes.
team or in the under,
For the
maybe
men's
under team?
team, for the men's team,
Okay,
very
men's team.
specifically he mentioned. But I think
Okay.
this is a requirement for each and every side.
Hmm.
Side that is representing a country of 1.3 billion people.
Hmm.
Uh, I think this is a very common ask, and hopefully next 1 or 2 years we will see someone in the post for our women's cricket team as well.
Lovely. I think, yeah, in just like in continuation to that, right? So speaking about mental health and self-care, like how each sports person might have his own mantra about self-care, right? But what's yours, since you are like leading an organization like female cricket, and again being with very focused to a certain target audience,
Uh,
what's your mantra and like, how do you tackle these situations?
what kind of situation? The low phases you're asking,
Both,
or
I would say, high and because I read one like interesting quote the other day that someone on LinkedIn had shared. Maybe you need courage, not maybe when you win, like not to win the match, but maybe when you lose the match, right? When you're not going down, like how do you handle that stress? You need courage for that. So
right.
what's your like? Maybe you might be having certain ups in certain scenarios, but the downs are again the failures again that teaches you a lot, right? So what's like? How do you like tackle these scenarios? We just wanted to know.
I also read a very interesting quote on Twitter, in fact, and it says that in case if you want a very happy and a stress-free life, never be an entrepreneur, never be a founder. So definitely, it comes with a lot of
Yeah.
responsibility, a lot of physical and mental stress, of course.
Yeah.
How do I deal with it? Is again, honestly, I have not 100%. I'm still not clear how do I deal with that because I'm still in that learning process.
Yeah.
Every day, every situation by situation, I sort of realize that this could have been approached in this particular manner. So
Mm-hmm.
if you ask me 100%, I'm not through of what needs to be done. Having said that, I do realize and I do understand the importance of spirituality and the importance of having inculcating meditation in your daily life.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so talking to your friends and family is another sort of way to get over a situation like this. But 2020, specifically the lockdown was a tough period. Our
Right.
major revenue, which comes from, is through the academy that we have, which was like I earlier mentioned, it was completely shut for almost 8-9 months.
Mm-hmm.
So that impacted a lot of our business decisions.
Right.
That definitely impacted a lot of other decisions which we took on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
We had to let go a couple of team members, which was again not something that you would want to do as a founder,
Yeah.
as a
Yeah.
CEO, right? But
Right.
we had to do it. There was no other choice. A lot of those tough decisions we had to make in order to sail and survive through the difficult times.
Right.
But as of now, one thing that I regularly do is read.
Okay.
Read again. What I would suggest is not just the books, but anything and everything which you find interesting.
Right.
Internet is a beautiful bucket. I mean, there's so much that you can take out of it.
Right.
Whether up to again, it is up to you what you want to read and what you want to consume.
Right.
That is something which I do actively. Apart from that, have started inculcating one or two physical activity in my daily life. So that
Okay.
has definitely helped. And I think yeah, that's what has kept us
Okay.
going.
No, lovely. I think because like since myself, I personally also love playing sports. Like not maybe I'm not that great at cricket, very honestly, but I love playing football, for example. Maybe
Right.
I make sure that at least almost every alternate day I spend at least 1.5 hour playing football because that's what makes me, like you said, right? That's what my mantra is to my self care. So lovely, I think. But
Absolutely.
yeah, one last, I think, from my end, and I'll probably open it to the audience because there are multiple people who have joined and would love to like hear their thoughts as well.
Sure.
But any last message to maybe not just the budding cricketers, but like primarily like because few of like one of my colleagues Hana herself, right? Because she also mentioned that she also wanted to pursue cricket in her own childhood days, but maybe that platform and that opportunity is maybe not out there even
Right.
today, right? Maybe 5 years like before it wasn't there, but maybe today it's still. I mean, I'm not sure because I'm personally not working in the industry. But
Right.
any message or any thoughts that you would want to give to the general audience, like whether how to pursue this as a career option or any other thoughts? Yeah.
I'll particularly talk about women's cricket,
Mm-hmm.
female cricket. That is an area where I have sort of devoted my last 4 5 years now.
Mm-hmm.
One is that the competition has definitely increased. So the mantra would be, the advice would be to start as early as possible. Even if you are 10, just start right away. Even if you are 20,
Yeah.
don't ask, start right away. So we get a lot of messages and we get a lot of inboxes on our social media from girls who are 19 or girls from who are 21, and their
Mm-hmm.
question is, should we start now? Okay, my only advice is just at least give it a try. No, in case if you don't try, you would never know whether
Oh,
you,
yeah.
yeah, whether you actually have it in you. Even if you're 21, 22, just give it a shot.
Right.
And we do have couple of examples, in fact today in the current Indian setup, where the girls actually started pretty late. Shika
Okay.
Pandey, for example, who is
Oh, is it?
again one of the premier bowlers that we have today in the side,
Mm-hmm.
started quite late, but she's currently the leading bowlers in the world today.
Mm-hmm.
Likewise, Radha Yadav has a very interesting story. So again, she started a bit early, but in just 5 years, she was playing for the Indian cricket team, the Indian
Mm-hmm.
national team. In just 5 years, and there are so many girls who play for 10, 15 years, but then they have no scope of making it to the side.
Right.
So the mantra would be, start. One is that start as early as possible. Uh, in case if you don't get selected in the national team, probably you would end up being in the state team. If not being in the state team, you could take up other roles. You could maybe become a cricket coach tomorrow, or a
Right.
trainer, or a physio, or a dietitian, or a nutritionist,
Right.
or a psychologist. Maybe that's the need of the hour, right, for the
Yeah, yeah,
Indian
yeah.
team.
Very true.
Yeah, so the point is, in case if you enjoy the sport, if you enjoy cricket, uh, there are so many opportunities. You could be so many things today, not just a cricket player. In
No
case if
doubt.
nothing lands up, in case if you don't get anywhere, you could be an entrepreneur like me and start
Yeah.
a portal of yours.
Maybe start working in female cricket then.
Definitely. I mean, if anyone from the from the audience here, in case if he or she is interested, please drop a message, and we would love to have a chat.
Lovely. Thanks, Vishal, for that. Just one last curiosity, right? Not a question, but I read a tweet, right, which Mitali had posted. So I was just curious to know, like, what exactly was that about? If you could just like share with the audience, then we could also get an idea about the tweet on Twitter that she had mentioned about female cricket and like
Okay.
acknowledging the efforts that you are like taking.
Oh, right, right. Acha, so that tweet. Okay. So this was from 3rd of December, earlier, last year, in fact, on her
Mhm.
birthday. So we actually had a huge plans. We had a couple of tweets lined up for her. We
Okay.
also spoke to a couple of players and asked them to send their wishes, record it in a video format, and send
Oh,
it to us. We then compiled it beautifully and posted it on our Twitter account. So I think because it was her birthday, and not just Mithali's birthday, we try and sort of
knowledge everyone says. Okay.
acknowledge everyone,
Okay.
and she was kind enough to sort of make that tweet, which was again very
Wonderful.
kind of her, very kind of
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Great. Thanks, Vishal. I think it was wonderful, very crisp, and I think love the entire kind of thoughts that you have put in. I'll just open it to the audience so that I don't miss out on the questions that the audience might have for you, because they have also like very openly come here on this platform. So yeah, we'll probably like take the next 5-10 minutes for the audience questions, and then we can probably wrap it up.
sure, sure,
Anybody
Pranay.
else? Yeah, please, you can probably note like put it down in the chat section, or probably you can just unmute and like ask right away. I think it's my mother asking some question. I think. Great. My friend's daughter having potential to participate in the Indian cricket team, but she was not allowed to play cricket during her engineering degree. Finally, she went to pursue her PG in US and now part of US cricket team. Okay. How do we tackle this?
uh, how do we tackle what? Okay, so again, there's a very interesting topic which your mom has shared. In case if you don't get a chance in India, like there are so many other countries that you can try your luck. In fact, in the US cricket team, in the USA cricket team, there are a couple of Indians who are part of the national squad there.
Okay.
Not just in US, in UK, in fact, in England, there's one cricketer who again is an Indian but is currently playing for UK. Apart from that, especially the Middle East, UAE has a lot of Indians playing and participating. Kuwait and Qatar also has got some Indians there.
Right.
So
I think
yeah,
it's in for all the countries, right? Because in men's cricket also, I think most of the, like for example, Ben Stokes as well, right? He's from Ireland, if I'm correct.
Right.
So I think it happens, I think, across like different countries, not just in India, but yeah.
That is quite common. That is quite common, and I think it's good that the other countries are open. I think there's some qualification criteria which is you'll have to work there for 2 to 3 years before you become eligible to play and participate in the national team. But again, it is irrespective. It is dependent on the country specific. So the person will have to check on that.
Great. One more question. Like one of my very good friends, Trishna, has shared. Could you tell us if there are any scholarships for the young players in schools that are currently
for boys, for girls?
For girls, I think for both, but I think for girls, I think because like considering the topic being around female cricket, but any specific scholarships for girls exclusively?
For girls, I have not heard of any. Unfortunately, but for boys I know there are a couple of campaigns which is again pan India basis. They a couple of brands are working around it. For girls I have not heard of any such sponsorships or scholarships. That is one area where we want to get into. As a female cricket, we want to tie up with brands and maybe corporates, so as to make that pool of capital of finance so that we can actually fund these talented girls in the country, because we get a lot of requests saying that we don't have enough money to buy a cricket bat or buy a cricket shoes today. So we do have a lot of these requests. It's just that we want to now tie up with brands and people who want to sort of help these girls out.
Lovely. Okay, I think one more question from Sonal. You earlier mentioned that you read books to distress yourself. So do you have any plans of writing one yourself? Like it would be great to read more about your journey and some personal experiences.
I'm not sure if it would be on my journey, but I would definitely want to write a book on women's cricket in India.
Yeah, please.
There are a couple of books already.
Okay.
One such book is called The Fire Burns Blue, which is a very interesting read. And I think this encapsulates the whole of women's cricket in India, right from 1970s to date. This book is a must read in case if you are a women's cricket fan. But to answer your question, I would definitely want to write not talking about my journey, but women's cricket of what all I have seen and the lives that we are planning to impact in the next 5-6 years. Everything I will try and put it in book.
Lovely. Great. I think I hope that answers your question, Sonal. Great. Just one more. I think like Porok had also like again very good friend. He's also asking, is he going to like are you going to expand your working area to Northeast? I think he's probably not asking. He's probably requesting you to start something in Northeast. But yeah, would love to.
No, definitely not just Northeast. I'll tell you quickly. One of the missions that we have at Female Cricket Academy specifically is that we want to have at least one center, one quality state-of-the-art training facilities in each and every state of India, which definitely includes Sikkim, Meghalaya, Manipur, and each and every state in the Northeast.
Wow.
When will that happen is a question, is a concern, but we are definitely working towards the plan, and we will want to have at least one centers in each of these states. That's one common question or a request, I would say, that we get from the girls specifically in these areas, that we don't know where to go and we don't know which is the best cricket club or the academy that I can start my journey. So maybe want to start that.
Yeah, and you have, I think, two ambassadors right here, because Porok is based out of Assam, so he can probably help you out from that aspect. And I think Krishna
Lovely.
also from Meghalaya, so she can also like help the team out if there's a need.
Awesome. 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 I would love to connect with these two as and when we progress on our journey of expansions.
Definitely, definitely. Lovely. I think I anybody else, please feel free to unmute, like just any questions that you have in mind. Okay, great. I think that's it so far. I think I can see. But lovely. I think thanks a lot, Vishal. I think what we can do probably we can probably share the link of the video later on with your probably credentials, if that's okay with you. Obviously, like with in terms of your social media links, wherein like anybody can just reach out to you in terms of any questions or any kind of inputs in terms of
Sure.
what work you are doing. So would love to like connect with, like I'll obviously stay in touch with you, but the others, the audience, if there's any like questions that are top of your mind, please feel free to reach out, Vishal, because I think we also have connected like very recently right now, because and it's been such a like huge, like great experience and great support for me also, honestly. So lovely. I think thanks a lot, Vishal, for the entire like insightful experience personally for me, and I'm sure for the audience as well. Anything from your end, would love to hear any last thoughts or any questions that you might have for me or for the audience. Please feel free.
See, one is that I tried my best to sort of condense everything, the entire 5 years,
Yeah.
in a 30-35 minutes talk. So I'm sure I must have missed so many things, so
Multiple,
many
yes.
deeper insights, I would say.
Yeah.
Because as a first time entrepreneur, like I said, I'm still learning on the way. So
Yeah.
many mistakes that we make on a daily basis, and we try to recover from it on a daily basis.
Right.
Also, we'll complete 5 years tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we'll
Lovely.
complete 5 years with female cricket tomorrow, out of which 3.5 years I was working parallelly. So I
Okay.
also had a corporate 9 to 5 job, and parallel to that, I had female cricket going around.
Wow.
But
Great.
2019, mid 29 onwards is when I came full time on the project. So
Hmm.
yeah, it's been a has been a great journey, Kanai. But when I look back, I think I've not even achieved 1% of what we want to.
Yeah.
Uh, so there's so much that is going to be happening with female cricket, uh,
Definitely. Yeah.
and I'll keep everyone updated through Twitters and through LinkedIn. So in,
Definitely.
in case if you're active there, please do follow.
Definitely. No, no, we would definitely love to. And like you said, I think the 30-minute session, it's not really sufficient to understand what kind of
Right.
work that you do. And I'm sorry for that, but no, we'll definitely, because like considering the audience, and they have also probably joined in, and we'll probably roll it out for the like the larger audience as well, so that we can share it in our networks. But again, yeah, thank you so much, Vichal, for joining. We'll stay in touch. We'll probably connect offline as well for any support. Maybe if we can also offer some support to female cricket in some form. And like Project Mumbai also very actively involved in terms of the different, in terms of tackling different situations during the pandemic for different stakeholders, right? Like we said about the police personnel, the railways. So we are also would love to like connect with you offline and then take it forward and take this engagement further.
Awesome. I'm
Great.
awesome. I'm very much looking forward to everything.
Lovely, lovely. Yes. Thank you so much for everyone joining. I think really appreciate your time. We stayed connected. We will probably like inform you guys about the upcoming webinars, and like we'll also post this webinar on our social media handles, and probably you can definitely connect with Vishal offline if there's anything. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining. Take care. Thank you so much, Vishal. Again, yeah, I'll connect with you offline as well if there's anything.
Most welcome. Most
Thank you.
welcome. Bye
Thank you.
bye.
Take
Bye.
care. Take care. Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah.